It's Big Board Sports with Roger Wyland on 104.5 The Team.
Willie Randolph will be in town this weekend. I'll have the pleasure of introducing Willie as part of the Capital District New York State Baseball Hall of Fame. Willie Randolph will be inducted, former MLB All-Star, World Series champion, and he joins us here for a few minutes on Big Board Sports. Willie, Roger Wyland in Albany, good morning.
How you doing, guys? How you feeling today?
Great.
Good morning, Willie.
All right, good to talk to you guys. Good to be on.
Yeah, pleasure. And congrats, by the way, on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Let's start there. What's that mean for you? We had Johnny Franco on last week. He'll be in town, and so I'm sure you guys will connect. But what's it mean to be inducted to the Hall of Fame?
It's a tremendous honor, guys. I mean, anytime you can be recognized at any Hall of Fame, and especially New York State, the state that I grew up in, earned my chops, was fortunate and really blessed enough to play for both teams in New York, to manage the Mets, obviously, play for the Mets, and also coach to manage the Yankees, coach the Yankees. So it's just a tremendous honor. I can't wait to get up there and see some of my former teammates. I spoke to Johnny last week. We're both excited about coming up, meeting everyone, and then a couple ex-teammates too, Jim Messier. I remember Joe Hessick and a lot of the guys that I played against, David Palmer. So I'm geeked, man. I'm looking forward to coming up, man, and receiving this prestigious, I believe, Johnny Padres Award.
Yeah, well, we're certainly looking forward to seeing you and having you in town. You won 2 World Series titles as a player, 4 as a coach. Describe the differences, Willie, between those 2 experiences.
Well, they're both unbelievably exciting and exhilarating. Anytime you can be in the mix in any type of World Series or playoff, it's a dream come true. But for me, playing was the ultimate. I've been involved in a lot of those and played in a lot of those. There's no substitute for being in the mix, being able to make big plays, big hits, just have a big hand and bring it home the ring. But it's just as exciting and rewarding as to be a coach and a manager. I mean, you get a chance to be that father figure, and you feel like all your kids are out there, your sons are out there playing for you. And you really understand what it's going to be like when you win it, because you want these kids to experience what it feels like to be a champion, to put that ring on, and to represent your team.
Willie Randolph with us, and Willie, you were an outstanding defensive player. Who in the game right now do you closest identify with defensively?
That's a good question. I love watching the game, and I'm obviously particular about second basemen. I don't know. It's funny. It sounds sacrilegious to me to say this, but I like watching Pedroia, the Red Sox. I mean, he's a tremendous young player. Getting a little older now, but I just like the way he goes about his business. Robinson Cano, I worked with Robinson before. He's outstanding. I like Brendan Phillips. I like a lot of the young second basemen out there. I mean, there's so much young talent out there, guys, on both sides of the field. When you think about, the shortstops are coming up, all these big, strong shortstops, and the second basemen are even getting bigger and stronger now. So those are the kind of guys I really like to watch. But I enjoy just dissecting everyone's game and seeing what they bring to the table.
And you just referenced the young stars, Willie, and you can go right around this league from Chris Bryant, who just, won a World Series, to Mookie Betts, and, Bryce Harper and Trout. With all these young stars in baseball right now, do you think the game is in as good of hands as it's ever been?
Oh, no doubt. I think so. I mean, I wish they would play the fundamentals a little bit better. I think that's very important to winning, but the talent is off the charts. I mean, these kids are doing things nowadays, and it's not that we didn't do it back when I played, but just overall skill set wise, they're doing some tremendous things. I like to see them cut down on some of the strikeouts, obviously, but the talent is off the charts, and that's why I enjoy the game. I think it's in great hands. I think some of the young players in the future, like you mentioned, Trout, and you got Harper and all these great young talents out there. It's just baseball's in good hands, and I just think that as we move forward, when they clean up some of the rules things, which I think gets in the way, and just play the game, but play fundamentally sound. I like to see more bunting. I like to see more hit and run. It's just not necessarily old school ball, but just different ways to dissect the opposition as opposed to just going up there and just swinging for the fences.
Hey, Willie, you brought up bunting, and that's my big thing, man. I'm a little league coach in the Capital Region here, and we're trying our darndest to teach kids how to bunt. And I watch guys at the major league level. I watch guys in the World Series that can't bunt. What is it with bunting, Willie?
I don't understand it either, man. It's a skill, obviously, but we work on it in spring training. Some guys work on it more than others, but it's just it's just a big weapon to have in your arsenal. I mean, you got to win a ball game in a tough spot. I think a lot of times, punting for a base hit is a good way to get on base and set the tone. A lot of guys just don't want to commit to it, but I think that coaching staffs and bunting coaches should emphasize it more. And I know the game is changing a little bit. I know teams don't want to give up outs and all that kind of stuff with a lot of the analytics that go on nowadays. But I think it's a huge weapon. And when you can teach kids from a young age to bunt, it helps the manager tremendously when you get into a situation when you really need a big run.
Willie Randolph with us, former MLB All-Star World Series champion, will be in town on Sunday for the New York State Baseball Hall of Fame induction. Willie, the other thing baseball's always trying to do is to speed up this game, right? Games are too long. Do you think the games are too long? Do you think they need to come up with ways to make this thing a little bit faster so people can sit through it?
Yeah, well, you know what? Listen, baseball is a leisurely game. It's great to be outdoors when the weather's nice, have a beer and a hot dog and just relax. It's a thinking man's game. So, I think they were on the right track for a while there, guys. But then, suddenly they got into the replay stuff, and there's got to be a better way to do the replay system. It's taking way too long. There's got to be a quick fix, a quicker way of getting the information to the umpires and making the calls. So, I wasn't a big proponent of, the game is way, way too slow. In some cases it can be, but for the most part, that's the beauty of it in some ways. I always think about, looking around the ballpark when I was coaching or playing and being a little bit jealous and envious by not being able just to relax and watch a beautiful game and watch these great athletes play. So, you know what? I think it can be sped up a little bit, but I just think there's other things that are more important in the game right now, and I think that hopefully the powers that be will come up with some solutions.
Willie, you were in MLB during the height of steroid use. Were you aware of how rampant it was at the time?
No, not really. I was shocked at how rampant it was. Again, guys weren't, doing it, in eyesight, and if they were doing it, obviously most of the time away from the ballpark. You saw guys getting bigger and stronger, and when I really noticed it, it was when guys were going opposite field. I mean, little guys were hitting the ball opposite field. You just didn't see that. Guys would get the head out, pull the ball. Guys are strong, they work out more, and that's great, but the numbers what blew me away when I really found out later on, we all did, that the numbers were higher than they were. It really disappointed me. I was really, really upset about that. Hey, Willie, give us a preview. Do you have your speech written out? You're going to ad-lib this on Sunday night? What will your message be to a packed house at the Hilton Garden Inn in Troy? Wow, I'm an ad-libber, man. I just love speaking from the heart. I've been fortunate to make some big speeches, and sometimes, the best way to do it is just speak from the heart. I've been blessed. I've been fortunate. I like talking about stories and things I've experienced, but it's the moment. You just, again, I get a little emotional sometimes, and again, like I told you guys, it's a tremendous honor, so I don't take it lightly. But I'll just talk baseball. I just like to just get with people that have the same love for the game, and it's just going to flow for me. So I have some notes here and there, and again, depending on how much time I have, I can get long-winded sometimes, as you can tell. But I'll have fun with it, man. And like I said, man, I'll just feel the moment and just give thanks for this opportunity. Willie Randolph, thanks for a few minutes on Big Board Sports. It'll be nice to meet and greet with you on Sunday evening. Yes, looking forward to seeing you guys. You take care. Have a good one. You too. Thank you. Willie Randolph with us.